is ANN News Brief.
Mauritius has confirmed its first 3 cases of coronavirus. Prime Minister Pravin Jugnauth says the 3 are now in isolation. 2 of the 3 cases are said to be cruise ship workers, 21 and 25 years old. The third is a 59-year-old traveler from the UK. Jugnauth says the government is tracing all who had contact with the British traveler. In response to these cases, the government has closed all its schools and border points. The government has also placed a 2-week ban on commercial flights and tourists. The outbreak of coronavirus has basically changed the way South Africa's refugee operation works. Some of the refugee reception offices in the country have even stopped accepting new asylum applications in order to adhere to the government's strict measure to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. Afraid of the spread of the coronavirus in the country, the South African government has closed nearly half of its 72 ports of entry. Following President Cyril Ramaphosa's declaration of a state of disaster last week, some refugee reception offices also stopped issuing and renewing asylum permits as their staff wait for protective gear to arrive. There has been no confirmation by the Department of Home Affairs of any measures now that will take care of arriving asylum seekers. The International Organization for Migration and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, UNHCR, have said they would temporarily halt refugee resettlement. UNHCR wrote on its website that this action is inevitable because of drastic entry bans into many countries because of COVID-19. It says restrictions on international air travel also would make it difficult to carry out its refugee resettlement program because of severe disruptions in travel arrangements. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Measles is still a devastating disease in South Sudan, and government is intensifying its vaccination drive to combat the disease. Millions of children in the country are vulnerable to preventable illnesses because they lack access to routine vaccinations. South Sudan is fortunate not to have any coronavirus pandemic so far, but it is struggling with a severe measles outbreak in which it has recorded nearly 5,000 cases and 26 deaths since January last year. In its latest move, the South Sudanese government, along with the World Health Organization, UNICEF, Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, and ONE, a charity founded by musician Bono, is carrying out a nationwide measles vaccination drive in which it aims to reach 2.5 million children by April. That is a daunting challenge for a country that faces huge developmental mountains to climb. It is plagued by economic crisis and population growth. That is ANN News Brief at 11. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Ademi.